Hey guys, it's Miss B. Hanley here. Today, we're talking about some very complicated things. Participles and gerunds. Let's start with participles. Participles are verbs that act like adjectives. So normally, a verb would be an action. But in this case, a participle makes a verb into an adjective, which means it's describing a noun. Because participles are technically verbs, that means that we can have different verb tenses for participles. We can have a present participle or a past participle. Here's an example of a present participle. Growing is our present participle. Normally, growing is a verb. For example, I am growing plants. In this case, it's actually describing a noun, which makes it an adjective. A growing child. Growing, in this case, is describing the type of child. It's considered a present participle because it's ending in ing. Here's an example of a past participle. In this case, troubled is our past participle. Normally, the word troubled would be an action. For example, can you be troubled for your time? However, in this case, a troubled child, troubled is actually describing child, just like a participle would, describing the noun. It's called a past participle because it ends in ed. Participles are verbs that act as adjectives. In a present participle, for example, growing child, growing is describing the word child. It ends in ing, which makes it a present participle. In our example for our past participle, a troubled child, troubled is describing child in this sentence. It's considered a past participle because it ends in ed. Let's move on to gerunds. A gerund is a verb that acts as a noun. Gerunds can be any part of a sentence because they're not verbs, they're verbs acting as nouns. Before we move on, it's important to know that gerunds always end in ing. Here's some examples. In our sentence, Ethan's favorite sport is fishing. The word fishing is our gerund. The reason why fishing is considered a gerund in this sentence is because fishing is the verb that's being used as a noun. Here's another example of a gerund. The howling went on all night. In this sentence, our gerund is howling. Howling is normally a verb, but in this sentence, it's a noun because gerunds use verbs as nouns. Okay guys, I hope this totally didn't confuse you. Participles and gerunds can be super confusing, so please make sure you can go back and watch the video again, take notes, take examples. You can always ask me in class, and make sure to subscribe, turn on some notifications so you know when a new video comes out. I'll see you guys in class. Bye!